Hey guys, Tropic here. We're going to be looking at a new updated greenhouse tour. Lots changed since the last time, a lot of new projects. Let's get right into it. So this is my new setup I did over here. It's a tiered system with 5 separate shelves. So we're going to go around and see what we have set up here right now. So as you can see right away, here's an anthurium. This one is flowering at the moment. Down here is my Alocasia Cuprea. I have a few normal green shields as well around, but this one's obviously my favorite because of that amazing color on it. And on the back side, of course, it has this awesome purple. Then right next to it, I have my tricolor pictus, which I recently bought in my last plant order. I also got a mame in that order. Right above it is my Crocodile Fern. I bought this about a month ago and it's absolutely stunning. I just saw it and I had to have it, mostly because of the patterns. Call it Crocodile Fern because obviously it looks like a crocodile because of the scales, like the crocodile skin. We got a little yellow philodendron here. Here is a Calathea Zabrina. I actually don't own very many Calatheas. I don't know why, I just haven't really gotten around to buying that many. I've been more into philodendrons and caladiums recently. Here's my caladium white queen. Here's one of my Alocasia amazonicas, which is probably one of my favorite plants. Definitely one of my favorite plants. Here's another caladium. This is the Caladium White Christmas. Next I have my watermelon peperomia. Actually, I hadn't owned any peperomias before this plant, and I just love them. They're amazing. It's been doing really well. I took some cuttings out recently to gift to some people. Right here I've got a Mojito Colocasia, which is, other than the Amazonica, this is probably one of my favorite plants I have in the greenhouse right now. Because, geez, like just the pattern and colors on this guy is amazing. I have another Colocasia that's also very pretty, but I just prefer this one a lot more. Here's my peperonia Gray Luna. Just like these little gray shields. Philodendron Super Atom. Down here I have a Phytonia. I propped this guy a while back from my grandma's garden because she has a ton of Phytonias and begonias around her garden. Over here we've got a Syngonium. This is probably one of the oldest plants I've had around from the start of my collection. Over here are a few of my better potted plants. This is probably my favorite Alocasia amazonica. It's just enormous. It's got new leaves sprouting all the time. I put in this really nice Mexican ceramic pot, and this is one of the ones I usually move around either to my greenhouse or within my house, but I brought it down for maintenance to do some soil changes recently, so just kind of chilling here. Here is one of my piebald or variegated elephant ears. I propped this one from the super big one I have in the full hydro in my lower pond. This is also just one of my favorites. The mother plant my grandma has had in her garden for, let's see, maybe 10 years. So these guys have been around for a while. Got a couple palms here. Forgot the ID on the one on the right. I think on the left, that's a wild collected palm actually. I got in the jungle. on one of my expeditions. I actually did a prop video where I went and collected some wild species. You'll see another one on this system. That was like probably a year ago, and they're all thriving. But I think that's a Chinese fan palm. Here is a species of bromeliad, Iacmea shantini, I believe. Amazon zebra plant. Down here we've got one of my Hoya carnosas. This one is a crimson queen. I bought a couple of these last time I went to the nursery and potted a few up to give as gifts because, I mean, Hoyas are absolutely stunning. I've been trying to get a lot more recently. Here's my new Mame, which I got in my last order at the same time that I got that tricolor pictus. And then here's another plant I got from that wild prop video that's still thriving. It's actually flowering as well, which is my green dragon. And over here, this is one of my newer philodendrons. It's my Xanadu Philodendron. It's just got crazy leaves on it. And then up here, I've got my oldest caladium I've had, which I also propped from my grandma's garden. This guy is huge as well. Next is my Colocasia Esculenta, which I believe is like the green gecko variety. I'm not too positive on that. Then I have my anthuriums on this end. This is my Antherium regale. It's got 3 leaves. 2 of them are pretty beat up because it was completely outside and just weather and pests really took a toll. But this is the brand new leaf that recently came out, and it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. I can't wait until some more come out. I've been getting more into anthuriums recently. It's my Anthurium Crystal Hope, which my friend sold to me. These are actually pretty hard to come by where I live, so it was really nice of him to sell it to me. He also sold me this hybrid he made. So this is actually a Magnificum crossed with an unknown other parent. So honestly, if anyone knows what it might be, please leave a comment below and let me know, because I'm always looking to label things with their proper names. Here's a couple Antherium Clarinariums. Here's one. It's the first one I bought, a lot bigger. Right behind it, we've got my Variegated Syngonium going up this cocoa fiber pole I made for him. I did have him just freestanding, but he obviously wanted to climb, so I made him this pole. Did the same thing with the Alocasia over here. I do have to retrain it though. This guy was outside for a little bit to see how he would do, and well, he got pretty crazy. Just started throwing in all directions. So I'm going to be repotting this Alocasia in a bigger pot with a bigger pole, probably this week. Here's the other side of the regale. The other pretty beat up leaf, but God, they're beautiful. Up here I have my Philodendron Varicosum. This guy was struggling quite a bit. I had to cut off some leaves because it had some disease. Here is a silver philodendron. I have a couple of these. This one doesn't have a pole yet, but that's in the plans this week as well. And then down here on the lowest shelf, I've got some avocado saplings. I've got this Xanthosoma sagittifolum, which I collected in someone's yard after asking them. I've got a little Colocasia Black Miracle. I've We got a much bigger one over there. Next is my piebald hibiscus, which some leaves are a lot more piebald than others, but yeah, I got a couple cuttings of this plant a while back, and two of them are really stuck and are growing well. One I tried to plant outside and it did not do well at all. So here's my Alocasia Cuprea. I recently repotted this guy. So over here is my giant split leaf philodendron that's just taken over this space. And this is where I have a lot of full hydro plants. I have my full hydro Elephant. It's been in here for probably around 1.5 to 2 years, and it's been thriving. So this lower pond just has a few different varieties of goldfish, and then some live bears that I wild collected a long time ago. So we've got ranchus in here, we've got a ryokin, we've got a butterfly tail, and we've got one oranda, I believe. So my most recent plant order had 2 species of carnos I'd never kept before. One of them was this one, which is Utricularia Gibba. It's a fully aquatic carnivorous plant species. It kind of just floats around. They do actually develop pitchers, and they can eat small fry, like fish fry, and tiny water insects. Then Utricularia Sandersoni. They're like sarracenia. They're full bog plants. So this is kind of my bog setup over here. It's got water lettuce. Usually has my sarracenia in them, but they're hibernating right now. And it's also where I start propping avocado seeds. So this area is kind of my cactus garden. There's a really large random variety of cactuses in here. I also have like a cactus prop station up here. A lot of those are cactus pads that I'm growing out to feed the tortoises. So next, and the thing that probably takes up the most space in my greenhouse, is the tortoise enclosure, which spans from this original enclosure when they were little all the way over into here, which is an area about 2 times that size, maybe 3 times. Here's one of the tortoises. This is Eleanor. She's still waiting for breakfast, but we'll get her breakfast soonish. Yeah, I have 2 female sulcatas in here, named Antoinette and Eleanor. This is Eleanor. She's not as shy as Antoinette. But this is my first Hoya carnosa I ever owned. I bought it when it was already pretty big, and it started shooting up tendrils recently, like these vines all the way up. I've been just trying to let it go, you know, just start growing all around the side of the greenhouse. I've taken a few cuttings out of it, and the first few months I had it, it bloomed maybe around 5 times, which is absolutely stunning. So we're on the other side of the greenhouse now, and this is one of the 350 gal tubs. This one houses my 2 red-bellied pacu, which is the largest species of piranha. See them right there. These guys are quite large right now. I got them when they're tiny. I also have some common plecostomus in here. And as you can see, I use Chinese taro for this DIY filter as well. And the root system on this guy is just insane. Here in the middle we have my new orchid and carno setup. So we're going to be starting with my Nepenthes Brexiana. This is one of my 2 newest pitcher plants. The other is my white Rafflesiana. I've been wanting a Rafflesiana for a long time, and when I saw this white one for sale, I just had to get it. Here's my Nepenthes Gaia, which is one of the first Nepenthes I ever bought. I got this one and a Bloody Mary as my first two. Here's one of my orchids. This is Dendrobium. Here's my Nepenthes Brexiana. It's still quite small, but once these guys have really big pictures, it's going to be amazing. It's probably my largest Nepenthes. It's a Nepenthes globosa. Right now it doesn't have any pictures on it, but it should be getting some more soon. There's some little ones coming out right now. This is my Nepenthes Hukariana. This is my Gracilis Red by Ampullaria Black Miracle. Doesn't have very many big pictures at the moment. It's still a small plant. This is my Ventricosa by Cebuyensis. Still a very small plant. Up here I have my Rafflesiana by Black Spotted. This is probably my second largest Nepenthes I have right now. It's my Rebecca Sopper. And then I have my Nepenthes Bloody Mary, which is one of the first Nepenthes I ever bought. I bought at the same time I bought my Gaia, so it's gotten quite large since then. Back here I have one of my Satin Pothos. I have some Dendrobiums hanging up as well. That's probably the majority of my orchids right now are Dendrobiums. Then I have probably my favorite hanging display that I currently own. It's just a large variety of different types of orchids that I got from fallen trees in the jungle, and I put them all on this log. This is kind of like a cutting of what you would find on a fallen tree here. I also have this philodendron that I found. I have a couple of my newest plants that I've gotten. Someone actually gifted me these two little Lingeri. So my anthurium collection has been expanding. So here's my prop and germination area. Here's a Crimson Queen Hoya, one of those Amazon zebra plants that I propped. A few different types of flowers in here. This one on the front is an exotic love vine. And here I have a lot of different kinds of peppers sprouting at the moment. And these right here, these 4 across, are Nepenthes seeds that I imported from Singapore. I also have a tote up on the upper shelf with a bunch of different varieties. And here I just have some coleus. I started using these little plastic tubs to prop and germinate things. As you can see, this one's just filled with bromeliads, the same as these. And the same system as the peppers. And basically all my seeds now is just like this full cover method. And as you can see, I have my upper shelf here, which we'll take a look at in a sec, which is basically all those plastic tubs. And all these are different props for my plants. So here's one of my tubs. And this one, there's about 7 different kinds of Nepenthes germinating at the moment. For Nepenthes, you have to be constantly damp. And as you can see, the seeds kind of just lay on top. And they can take a long time to actually start sprouting. So I've been patiently waiting. They've been in here for about 2 weeks now. And it can take up to even a year at times for them to come out. In this tub I have a variety of different things. I have a couple yellow philodendron props I just took out. There's a lot of anthuriums in here. There's some Forgetii, Discidians, Lingeri, and a few other species. There's a Monstera costarricensis, and yeah, there's just a large variety in this one. So this tub is just filled with coleuses, and I basically just put a couple cuttings in here with no roots, and this is how it comes out. I recently cut this one in half and put it back in, and it's all roots. So highly recommend this method if you're not already doing it. The sphagnum moss mixed with perlite and clear totes is a superior method by far. I've never seen like such good growth on props and such quick germination rates. And then in this last tub I just have a variety of Pothos Cuttings that I've been using the same method for, and yeah, I've been seeing amazing growth results on these guys as well. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, subscribe for more content. We'll be posting more about permaculture, gardening, and greenhouse tips you can use at home.